guys, so these are the cards that I'm using for the weekly reading, the 21st of October through to the 27th of October 2019. So that's Monday the 21st through to Sunday the 27th of October. What cards am I using? I'm using for the week ahead check-in. What I'm using is the Everyday Enchantment Tarot by Poppy Palin. I'm also using the Urban Tarot. This is it's a deck that I've had for a few months actually. It's more a kind of, I don't know what they call it. It's not so much based on the Rider-Waite, I think. I think it's based on something like, do they call it the Pip or the Marseille, something like that? But it's not based on, it's not particularly Rider-Waite, I don't think it's based on. But yeah, it's by Robin Scott. Beautiful deck. We're going to use this today. Usually I just read, if I don't read kind of Rider-Waite, I just read intuitively what I see. And we also use the Grand Tarot Luxe by Ciro Marchetti, definitely one of my favourites. And advice comes from the Art of Life deck by Charlene Livingston. Okay, for your work and your love reading, we use the Dark Mansion Tarot as usual, and we're going to be using a lot of these for the thumbnails. And also for your advice for both your work and your love, and also your finance, we use the Tea Leaf Fortune Tarot cards, but we're using the Astral House cards from this deck. We are going to use perhaps some of the cards, the normal tea leaf cards underneath those, but we'll also probably use the answer deck as well underneath some of those Astral House cards. All right, that's it, guys. Enjoy your reading. Hi, guys. Welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your week ahead reading. Just to let you know how the reading's going to go, we do your weekly check-in first. Then we have a look at more specifically your work, stroke finance, and we also have a look at your love life during the week. If you'd like to see a particular reading, so if you'd like to only look at your work reading or only your love reading or maybe just the general reading, timestamps are below. So you just click on the time and it will take you straight through to the reading that you want to view. I'd like to say, guys, thanks ever so much for joining me this week for your reading. And yeah, sit back, relax and enjoy. Okay, Virgo, this week, let's have a look at your cards. You are showing as being the all-nice Six of Wands, victorious. You're showing as being victorious, successful. Everybody loves you because that's the Six of Wands for you. When you get a Six of Wands, if you show as being the Six of Wands, you're showing as overcoming a battle because the Six comes after that Five of Wands. So if you remember the Five of Wands, you got these kids or these five people all fighting it out, all duking it out with their wands. Nobody wants to back down on that card, but this card comes after. And if you want to read the tarot like a storyboard, this is like overcoming the fight. This is like finally you win out. So you guys are showing as winning this week. You're showing as being in a place of strength, taking charge. You've got supporters. You've got people who believe in you, people who back you. You're showing as being recognised by others with that Six of Wands energy, showing there, Virgo. You're just showing as having great support this week with the Six of Wands. And what's the reason for this? What's this about? Oh, nice. Ten of Wands. Brilliant. So you're overcoming some pressure here. You're showing as being victorious. This isn't so much about, I mean, some of you guys, it might be a case of, Virgo, that you're being supported in the pressure that you carry, because the Ten of Wands is all about carrying, it's cliche but it's true, it's about carrying a huge weight on the shoulders. It's about carrying a massive burden. Sorry, these cards look really lopsided. I don't know why that is. Let me just turn it up this way. Yeah, I mean, the Ten of Wands is all about carrying a huge burden on one's shoulders. You know, this is a struggle card when you get the Ten of Wands energy. Sometimes it's good if you run your own business and you want work and you know, somebody says to me, I'm not going to get a lot of work in this week. I run my own business. It's been quiet. I'm not going to get a lot of work. That card's excellent to get because it means you're going to get loads of work in. But other than that, you might be shouldering a huge burden. Ten of Wands energy, and it could be in the work arena as well, but some of you guys are being shown as receiving support with that Six of Wands energy. Some of you guys, it might be that you're being shown as overcoming a challenge, and that challenge would have been some pressure that had been heaped on your shoulders with that 10. What is your goal for the week? It is temperance. So it is to find emotional balance, but not just about finding emotional balance. It's about finding a solution with the temperance energy. It's about finding something that works. Because when you get the temperance on this particular card, it's interesting because what we've got is I advertised, I think, on the cards that I'm using. I think that I put down I was using the Urban Tarot. I changed that deck because it's more a Thoth deck, I think, that the Urban Tarot is, and I read more Rider-Waite style. But the Temperance card is usually, this card shows somebody who's got 2 jugs. You can see that he's got the 2 jugs here, but they're down. And he's just about to wade in. So when you get cards with water on them, it talks about a huge amount of... So this person's standing in a pool of emotion, okay? And what they're trying to do is they're taking... The way that I see it when I'm looking at this card is that the whole purpose of the cup is really... The jugs, and they're massive. It's to take the water out. It's to take some of the emotion out of the situation and to try and get a more balanced feel going on here. So the temperance energy is all about trying to find a place of balance and harmony. So it's trying to re-harmonize the situation. That's the goal for you guys. But also with the temperance energy, it's about finding a solution, I think. But I think that more than anything, because you guys are showing us finally rising above some form of a massive burden challenge, but also possibly getting some support amidst a challenge or a burden you might be carrying, it might be that your goal is to to gain some semblance of emotional order here with the temperance energy. But also for some of you guys, it's about finding a solution. So especially if you're getting support in a time of real turbulence with that 10 of Wands, real struggle, your goal might be that amidst that time that you're being supported, I need to find a solution amidst that time. Let's have a look at what you need to overcome. What's the obstacle though? The 9 of Wands. I think you're going to have to wait, and I think you're going to have to be patient with the 9 of Wands energy. The 9 of Wands energy can also mean that you need to be cautious and you need to be careful and you need to keep an eye out and you need to keep watch. But the 9 of Wands also means that you have to weather a storm because it's holding on in there. And if you notice with the 9 of Wands on many of the tarot decks, what we've got is somebody who's got some form of a, they've got a bandage on their head. They've been through the wars, has the 9 of Wands. But still, this is why we call this 9 of Wands the soldier card. This is the person who's the soldier. This is the person who's not leaving their post no matter what. This is the person who's putting up with, all the difficulties that they're enduring. So this is the card of endurance. When you look at the 9 of Wands, remember the word. There's cards that indicate the need to endure. Those cards would probably be things like 9 of Wands. The Hanged Man is another card that indicates the need for endurance. Strength is another card that indicates endurance, and so does the 10 of Wands to a certain extent as well, represent the need to endure. So I think that the obstacle you need to overcome is that you're going to need to endure something probably a little longer as well with that 9 of Wands energy. Though I'm seeing you guys really rising above some real turbulence, some real challenges you've been facing, but also some of you receiving support amidst a time that's very kind of challenging and burdensome. I feel the obstacle you need to overcome is that you're not 100%, I would say, out of the woods yet with that 9 of Wands. And I think that you're going to need to overcome the obstacle that you're still going to need to, endure some pain whilst you're going through this process here, because some of you guys are looking to find a solution. You're looking for healing. Your goal is to gain healing and balance and find solutions with the temperance energy showing up here. You're looking for a remedy. Some of you guys are. Your goal is to find the remedy. But in that time, the obstacle you need to overcome is that maybe it's not going to be so easy to find this remedy because you're still going to need to endure some stuff. What could you be achieving by the end of the week for some of you guys? Well, the 3 of Coins is what you could be achieving. So the completion of the first stage of a situation, for me, the 3 of Coins is. Because the 3 of Coins is an achievement card. 3s represent expansion, but they're still early stage cards. So when I look at a 3 of Coins, this person is working through something with the 3 of Coins energy. Usually what I find now with the 3 of Coins on a lot of decks is they show people working on their own rather than showing groups. They're showing people who are working on their own. So there's progress here. The 3 of Coins would be progress. So what you could be achieving, however, is progress in the matter with the 3 of Coins energy. All right, you're nearing, completion of a first stage in a situation here. For some of you guys, this might literally be a health reading. I don't know why I've got that word health, but for some of you guys, it might be that you've been enduring some challenges with the health, with the 10 of Wands. You're receiving support through that. Your goal is to find a remedy to heal whatever's going on with that Ten of Wands energy. The obstacle you need to overcome is you're still going to have to be a soldier and endure some difficulty still. You're not completely out of the woods, but there's progress being made with that Nine of Coins. You can read it whichever way you want. You can, you can apply this to whatever situation you're in, Virgo. But I feel for some of you guys, this could be health. I don't read health, by the way. Don't like reading health. I'm not a doctor, but it just felt like that for some of you. But obviously, you can read it however you want, apply it to whatever you want. 2 cards flipped out for what you need to avoid, Virgo. I hope I didn't call you Taurus, by the way. Virgo, 2 cards flipped out for what you need to avoid. 7 of Wands is the first card. I think that this is kind of, when you got a 7 of Wands, it's about a fight. So you're fighting against others. 7 of Wands energy. Ace of Coins. So it's almost like there's a fight here against, it's something to do with work. Ace of Coins energy. Ace of Coins for me, so this might be taking a stand against the Ace of Coins energy. I think it's taking a stand. You know what I feel this is? It feels like you need to avoid saying no, because the 7 of Wands is saying no, and the Ace of Coins is something new. So you need to, it's almost like you need to avoid saying no to something new. So it's almost like if somebody proposed to you a way in which you could heal this, you could remedy the burdens of the 10 of Wands, and you then are, completely defiant with that 7 of Wands against this new, this new tactic, this new kind of thing that you could do with the Ace of Coins, because the Ace of Coins is all about building something new. It's about planting a seed, So for example, if this was a health reading, and it might be a serious health reading for some of you guys, and you said, the doctor said to you, I'm just saying as an example, okay? The doctor said to you, Virgo, we've got these new trials, these new pills, because the Ace of Coins can be a pill. You might be the 7 of Wands, be very defiant against taking that pill. You might say, I don't want to try that because the side effects, because this, that, and the other. But you may need to avoid not doing that. Do you see what I mean? Because this could be something that could help you, especially if it's an ace, it's a health thing. I'm not saying it's health. I'm saying if it is something to do with health, it might be you need to kind of avoid saying no. 7 of Wands is saying no to maybe trying something new, maybe working in something new with the Ace of Coins, maybe building something new, maybe investing in something here with the Ace of Coins. I feel that somebody might say to you, why don't you try this? And you need to, whatever the case is, I'm not saying it's health. I'm saying there's the potential for some of you guys that it could be health, Virgo. I'm saying whatever this is, whatever it is that you've been struggling with, I think that this is the support. I think this is more than likely support that you guys are receiving in a time of struggle with the 10 of Wands energy. You guys, goal is to get a solution, Temperance energy, but the obstacle you have to overcome is that some of you guys are still going to have to weather a storm here. And you can see that there's lots of rain here. He's weathering a storm. So some of you guys are still going to have to weather a storm. However, you could be making some progress. 3 of Coins by the end of the week, but avoid saying no to any type of new idea or new implementation or new kind of investing. So this is investing or working on something new. Avoid kind of saying no to something new, Ace of Coins energy, or to investing in something new, or to trying something new with this Ace of Coins energy, because they're saying no to the Ace of Coins, and the Ace of Coins is where you are implanting, you're doing something new, you're investing something new, you're building something. It's all about newness of the coins, all right? Ace of Coins can also be about being naive as well, so maybe you need to, but then I couldn't read it like that. 7 of Wands is saying no, rejecting. No, I think this is rejecting something that is material, something that could really help you move forward. So maybe you need to avoid rejecting money or rejecting some help, support, financial support, maybe the Ace of Coins energy, or just something that's going to help you kind of get this further along. What do you need to embrace? 9 of Cups energy, that you're going to get what you want. It's all going to end up fine. 9 of Cups energy, you're going to be happy. If you've got a wish, that you want to restore balance to your life again, you've been through a trial, embrace that this is going to happen with the 9 of Cups. If you've been praying, your prayers will be answered with that 9 of Cups energy showing here. Okay, what is it, who is it you can turn to, or what can you turn to for support? Justice, this could be something legal here. All right, so if you need support, turn to justice, turn to someone who works within the legal, area, okay? Somebody who can give you some unbiased, or somebody who can give you some real important information if it's a legal matter, for example, with the Justice energy, or somebody who can give you another perspective on the matter with the Justice energy, okay? Let's have a quick look at what the advice is, guys. Universe Spirit, what is the advice that you have for Virgo on this reading. We're going to use the Art of Life Tarot. What's the advice? Okay, there's how many cards? One card, it came out, you saw it flick out. High Priestess. At the center of your being, you have the answer. You know who you are and you know what you want. All right, we're going to get your work reading, Virgo. Bear with me, please. Okay, Virgo, so we're going to have a look at your work. Let me just pull these down a little bit here. So for work, what are we seeing, Virgo? We are seeing, oh, nice, Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups shows contentment, wishes coming true, prayers being answered with the Nine of Cups energy. Nine of Cups for me in a work reading says that you're getting what you want. You're being rewarded. People are recognizing you. You're feeling content. You're feeling good about what you do with the Nine of Cups. It's about wishes being fulfilled. Nine of Cups energy. The Knight of Coins energy. Okay. Knight of Coins, tricky card in a way for me in work because, number one, the Knight of Coins can be slowly building. Okay. There's a few things with the Knight of Coins in work. This can be a stable, long-term job. So it might be that if some of you guys have been in contract work, it might be that you're finally, because Nine of Cups, remember, is an achievement card as well. You're finally achieving a long-term contract or a permanent job with that Knight of Cups, Coins energy. Could also be, though, that there's slow movement in terms of achieving a wish, a desire, because the Nine of Cups is all about achieving a desire. And sometimes that Knight of Coins can be slow movement towards achieving that desire. It might be that your desire is to run your own business as well. Knight of Coins energy showing here. Yeah, I think that there's a desire here really to run one's own business. Your desire is to go from a knight to a king. Now, what happens in a work reading is you look at the court cards. Where are they in terms of work? The knight is going to be one up from the page. So the page is not really going to know anything. The page goes in on a job at entry level, okay? Then you got a knight where he starts to really know his job. He's not at the queen's level yet, where he's completely proficient in what he does, but he's building his way up. Now, your dream would be to build your way up within the Knight of Coins energy to the king. Now, the king would be the top job. This would be the senior position. So I think that there's a desire here to work your way up with that Knight of Coins energy to a senior position of the King of Coins. Okay, and actually, Virgo, that's you. All right, because Knight of Coins is Virgo person, all right? So this is your desire. Your desire, Virgo, is to work your way up to being in a senior position, okay, within the working environment, all right? Seven of Wands, though. I feel that you're kind of facing some opposition here with that Seven of Wands energy, and I think that you're really tired of it. Some of you guys are probably resigned to facing too many challenges with the Seven of Wands energy. All right, because for me, the Four of Swords on this deck, the Dark Mansion, can mean to be resigned. So I think that some of you guys, unfortunately, have resigned yourself to saying, this is too much of a challenge, though. It's going to be too much of a challenge for me to get what I want, because you're facing the challenges with the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands also means to take charge as well, but we have a card that's lower, a Four of Swords, and she's not standing. There's nothing that builds up from this. It's not like I've got a Seven of Wands and the Star. You know, I've got a Seven of Wands and then I've got something that goes down, which is a Four. Four of Swords, and she's sitting down and she's kind of resigning herself to this. So why are you resigning yourself to this with the Seven of Wands energy? I mean, the Seven of Wands also looks like he's in charge of a group, doesn't he? If you look at him, he's standing above a group. People are asking questions, but he doesn't look like he is at a place of prestige with that king. Even the knight looks higher than him. He looks like he's kind of like the manager of the team, and he looks like he's appointed the supervisory, the supervisory role to the Seven of Wands guy. So he looks like the Knight of Coins has said, you know what, Mr. Seven of Wands, I want you to take care of this little group for me, please, while I work my way up to being the king. So it almost feels like to me that some of you guys, you have a desire to go from a Knight of Coins, which is an intermediate position within work, up to a King of Coins, which is the top job. You want to work yourself up, Knight of Coins, to this area here of the king. Some of you guys are resigned that you'll probably only be at that 7, all right? It's a pip card. It's going to be lower than the king and the knight. So some of you guys are resigned that even though you've got a desire to work your way up to being a king, you're in a good position now, but I want to be at the top. I want to be in the really senior level executive role, King of Coins. I've kind of resigned myself that maybe this is as far as I'm going to go with the 7. Maybe I'm just going to be in a supervisory role and I'm never going to kind of be in management, because the Knight of Coins and the King of Coins are kind of management positions, okay? Some of you guys might be, though, you've got a desire to rise from intermediate management to top management, maybe with the King of Coins energy. You might have resigned yourself saying, no, I'm facing too much opposition on this as well. What is the next row saying? The Wheel of Fortune, though, this is things that are unexpected with the Wheel of Fortune, or hitting the jackpot with the Wheel of Fortune. I think that could be an unexpected offer coming to you, though, because the Wheel of Fortune is unexpected and the Knight of Cups is an offer. And when you get Knight of Cups, it's an invitation. Now, I feel that for some of you guys, there are sort of, what's the word, intermediary or something like that, arguments in terms of work, conflicts, because you've got 2 knights showing up here. You've got a Knight of Cups and a Knight of Coins. Now, if you look here, it's funny because they're moving in 2 different directions as well, these knights. So it's almost like this could come at a crossed purpose. Like one is trotting forward, one is staying still, one is standing still. So it almost feels like your desire is to move up within the job that you already have in these areas here, Virgo. You want to go from being a knight within the company that you work in, intermediate management maybe, lower management, to higher management, King of Coins. But you've resigned yourself, some of you guys, that either there's too many challenges in your way to doing this, or that you'll only be at the level of the 7 of Wands, maybe a supervisory level just underneath that lower or intermediate management of the Knight of Coins. But I think that there's going to be a surprising, unexpected offer coming through with that Knight of Cups energy showing here. Moon energy, probably within 1 month, I would say, excuse me, within a month with the moon. Ooh. I talk all day. I do private clients, plus I do the YouTube stuff as well. So I do a lot of talking. I think that there's going to be a surprise. Surprisingly, out of the blue, there's going to be offer. I think it's going to be within 1 month. I'm going to read this as timing. It feels like timing to me. Within 1 month, there's going to be an unexpected offer coming in here, Virgo. Okay, from a magician. All right, so this magician is probably going to be headhunting you. Can you see how the magician is using his magnifying glass? And he's looking into stuff. What's he looking into, actually? Let's have a look. He's looking into a bulb. He's looking into the wand. You know, this is someone who's looking into you. This is someone who's been watching you. I wouldn't be surprised, guys, if some of you guys are going to be headhunted. This is the headhunter, the magician energy showing up here. 5 of Wands in the reverse. Okay, so 5 of Wands is... This person's probably been blocked quite a bit. Because headhunters, I used to work in recruitment. I used to work as a headhunter. And what used to happen is that I used to have to phone around companies. Look, I used to work in recruitment to recruitment. So I used to run my own business called Thomas Neve Associates. This was about, I don't know, 8 years ago or so. I used to run my own company called Thomas Neve Associates. It was very successful. I used to work as a headhunter for lots of different recruitment companies, and I would have to phone around. I used to do recruitment to recruitment, so I used to phone around, you know, recruitment companies all across the country, finding recruitment people to go into other recruitment companies. Not the best thing to do. It's a really cloak and dagger job, but that's what magicians do. Magicians are like hermits. They like to snoop around. This person is definitely snooping, and this is an expert as well. This is somebody who's an expert in breaking down walls. I think with the 5 of Wands in the reverse, I think they're an expert in getting through to people as well, because sometimes that 5 of Wands, if you've got an expert that wants to get through to you, for example, Virgo, it might be that this is the secretary blocking this person's entrance. Magicians are also skilled communicators, so, you know, within 1 month, you could have an unexpected invitation offer coming from an expert stroke communicator, the magician energy, 5 of Wands energy. Probably wanting to, you know, getting through to you. Maybe they're getting through reception or something. This is an expert in breaking down problems or breaking down walls or something like that with the 5 of Wands in the reverse. 5 of Wands in the reverse is relief, and it's, you know, relieving of problems, and it's the breaking down of walls, and it's a releasing of tension, and it's starting to feel better again with the 5 of Wands in the reverse. That's how I usually read the 5 of Wands reverse. 5 of Wands reverse is, you know, it's conflict, it's blockages, but this person is an expert communicator in kind of 5 of Wands in the reverse. So as well, you know, 5 of Wands in the upright is people working together in groups. So maybe this is somebody who's working independently. So this might be, for example, an independent communicator, an independent headhunter, for example, something like that. But I get the impression here, we'll do the work reading again, Virgo, for those of you that it resonates with. Your desire is to, you're at night, the thing with some of you Virgos, you're at Knight of Coins status at the moment in work. You're either intermediate management, lower management with this Knight of Coins energy. You've worked in a company for a while and you want to work your way up to being that king. So you want to go from being the knight to being the king, and that is your desire with the Nine of Cups. Some of you guys resigned yourself to thinking, no, it's too much of a challenge. I've got too many things standing in my way. Lots of people aren't backing me. They don't want me to rise up in the company. Or some of you guys resigning yourself that you'll only ever be at a grade 7. Maybe this is a grade 7 and you want to grade up to a grade kind of, 10 with the King of Coins energy. Now, the Knight is one of the, no, a grade 12. Okay, so this would be grade 12, I think. Is it grade, no, grade 14, do apologise. Grade 14 is the King of Coins because, let me get this straight. So 10 of Pentacles, 11 would be the Page, 12 would be the Knight. Yeah, 14. Some of you guys want to go to a grade 14. You're at a grade 12 at the moment, some of you guys are. So you're a couple of steps away from being that king. And you want to rise up to being the king here. But some of you guys, it might be that if you aren't at the grade 12 and you're not a couple of steps away from being this king, it might be, especially if you resigned yourself to say, I'm only ever going to be at a 7. So right now, I might be in a super role, because these two can actually represent supervisory roles. This is the top man and this is the supervisor, because knights protect the realm. So the knight is there to ensure that everything runs smoothly. And some of you guys might be that your desire that is to go from this particular state here, okay, to being at this particular state here. King of Coins energy showing there, okay? Yeah, to go from this stage here to this stage here. But the problem is some of you guys might be at a lower grade, 7 of Wands. So we could probably say the Knight of Coins and the 7 of Wands, you're near enough kind of similar. So it might also be, I have a desire to go from the Knight of Coins stroke 7 of Wands to a king, to the most senior level position. But the problem is I've resigned myself that I'm only ever going to be the dog's body, because he looks like the dog's body, doesn't he? So some of you guys probably resigning yourself saying, no, I'm only ever going to be a dog's body. I've got a dog's body in the job. I've just got too many challenges standing in my way. I think though within 1 month, the moon energy, so where are we today? The 21st. Probably by the 21st of November, in the time of Sagittarius, though that's not the time of Sagittarius necessarily, it is within 1 month. So within perhaps 30 days, 28 to 30 days maybe, with that moon energy showing here. So probably in the time of Scorpio, depends on how many days we count on that. You're possibly going to get an unexpected offer coming through from a magician here. Somebody who's an expert perhaps in, and also breaking through barriers as well. So this will probably be talking you round maybe as well. Breaking down your fears, that type of thing. So this person could come and say, look, I've got this amazing opportunity for you. Are you looking to be in senior level position? That type of thing. And you'll probably be like, yeah, because this is what I've been looking for. So I think that some of you guys have kind of given up where you are, that you're going to get to a senior level position. But I think you shouldn't give up, because you may within 1 month just get this surprise offer coming through. Let's have a quick look at what the work reading is saying for you then this week. Career. So in terms of career, we have, let's have a look. Universe Spirit, show me, in terms of career, what is the advice you have for career? What's the advice that you have for career for Virgo, please? Show me in 3 cards. The advice, Virgo, is that there are barriers, as we were seeing in this, and I think the barriers are here with the 7 of Wands energy, but this is going to change. Do you see where I'm coming from? So it's even saying it here in your career, though you've been experiencing barriers, Virgo, it's going to change with the change card. Okay, there's going to be a complete and utter change, because you've got the destruction card. This is going to decimate everything. Some of you guys really have resigned yourself to being at a grade 7, to being the dog's body, just to be in a position that is lower than that king. But the universe is saying to you, possibly within 1 month, there's going to be a very skilled communicator who's going to know how to break down, probably with that 5 of Wands energy, this belief system that you've built up here by unexpectedly offering you a position or inviting you to come and interview for a position. And that's why within your career, though you've got barriers here, Virgo, this is going to change, and it's going to be a complete decimation of what you've had before. Complete change. Lovely. Let's have a quick look at your wealth for the week as well. I often forget to do wealth at the same time. So let's have a look at your money situation for the week, Virgo. We'll just get these cards back in randomly, and then we can start looking at the wealth reading. So right, Universe Spirit, show me wealth. What do you see coming in for money for Virgo? What do you see coming in terms of money for Virgo? Show me in 3 cards. The money situation is, there's a dark-haired woman here. The master. It almost feels like you're having to master something here. Greed. I think you're going to have to get your greed in control this week with wealth. I'm not saying you greedy, Virgo. What I'm saying is if you're overspending, I would probably say that you need to get this under control, because the master is, for me, this is learning how to become a master, or learning how to master greed. And greed is when we're overspending. Greed is when we're buying things that we don't need, where we're spending frivolously. You can see that the champagne is just, or the drink is just pouring. You know, it's overindulgence is the greed card. And for me, this dark-haired lady, whether you're male or female, is you. And you're going to have to you're going to be learning how to master this energy here. So maybe this week it's about reining in the spending, or being more responsible with your cash. All right, bear with me. We're going to quickly do your love reading. Okay, Virgo, so we've got your love cards down. Let's have a look for love. Ace of Wands. So Ace of Wands is a new relationship, or this is like an attraction. So the Ace of Wands often shows up when there's like this instantaneous attraction with the Ace of Wands energy. Temperance, but I'm seeing it kind of tempering out with the Temperance energy. Because how I read Temperance, I mean, you could have with the Temperance energy a soulmate connection with the Temperance energy. These are 2 souls coming together. So it might be as well, actually, thinking about it, that you've got this instant connection with an individual. I'm going to read it like that, actually. That I feel this week there could be an instant Ace of Wands connection to another individual, the Temperance energy showing here. Could be to an Emperor. There's a couple of things I'm seeing here. I'm either seeing that if you've had a relationship, like a really quick relationship, a relationship that's just started, it's not been around very long, maybe 3 months, it might be that this is starting to cool down, because Temperance represents cooling. So you've got the fire and then the kind of, even though they're 2 fire things, because this is Sagittarius and this is, you know, fire, there could still be with this Ace of Wands and Temperance energy a cooling down of an attraction. So some of you guys, it might be that this Emperor, somebody's, you know, with the Emperor energy putting boundaries. They've put a stop to something. They're putting boundaries on the relationship. Might be there's a cooling down of an attraction. Some of you guys, it might be that you're feeling an instant Ace of Wands connection to an Emperor. This could be a really powerful person. No, I'm just seeing the Tower energy. The Tower energy, but then again, it could still be read in that way. The Tower energy represents a breakthrough, an epiphany. Let's have a look at the next card. No, it's interesting, because when you get Towers and Kings or Queen of Cups, it means that emotions are overflowing. So it means a huge eruption of emotion. No, I actually feel that what this is that this is an instantaneous connection. I think some of you guys are feeling towards an Emperor, a very powerful person. This person has a real kind of strong presence within your life, and I feel that there's going to be an outpouring with this Tower energy of emotion towards this person. If it's not emotion, of feeling towards this person. So I don't know, this might be someone you're meeting for the first time, and it might be, whoa, I just feel this amazing connection. My feelings are like, wow, for this individual. And I think that in a way, you're not even going to understand what's going on there or why. The 9 of Wands in the reverse, though, this is all about giving up. It's not about waiting around. Some of you guys aren't waiting around with that 9 of Wands reversed showing there. It's almost like you're not waiting for this person to come forward to show you, because I think that this Emperor is the Knight of Wands. You're not waiting for this person to move in, because the Knight of Wands is coming. He's showing, he's kind of exploring, he's expressing his emotions. Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords, they like to get in there, but you're not waiting for this person to do this with that Knight of Wands energy showing there. 10 of Coins energy. I'm wondering if you're not waiting for this person to leave their family. I'm wondering if this is because he does show as an Emperor, and Emperors and 10 of Coins are married people. So I'm wondering that if there's an instantaneous, I wonder, that's interesting, because that kind of changes things up. I think that could be a moderating, a tempering down then. Just looking at these cards, because this person is leaving the 10 of Coins. They're leaving the family. And it's a married person. Emperor is married with that 10 of Coins, leaving the marriage. You're not waiting for this person to leave the marriage. Maybe, therefore, this isn't an instantaneous connection. If it's not, I don't think it is. I think that this attraction that you have to this Emperor is on the wane, then maybe with that Temperance energy showing here. I think that there is, with the King of Cups and the Tower, I think that there'll probably be an outpouring of emotion around this. But I think that you'll do it. If it's Virgo, if this is you, it's you. If it's the other person doing it because of you, then it's because of you. It's either one of you. It's you or the partner. It's you or the person that you're seeing who is starting to cool down in terms of their attraction towards you, the Ace of Wands. Probably because either you or the other person is married. Emperor and the Ten of Coins energy. I'm seeing there being an outpouring of emotion, a lot of tears here for some of you guys. Probably because you're no longer waiting for this person to leave their relationship. I think you're not waiting for them to leave their relationship here. I think you've resigned yourself with that Four of Swords energy that you have to move on. Yeah, that's how we're going to read it. That makes sense now. That makes sense. The only reason I've changed that is because of what these cards were saying here. Nine of Wands reverse means giving up. It means you're no longer waiting. When you have the Nine of Wands in the upright, Virgo, you're holding on in there. You're definitely holding on in there. In the reverse, it's like, no, I'm done. I'm not giving up. I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting for this person to leave their family. This person is probably married. If they're not married, they've been in with somebody else for a very, very, very long time. So what I'm seeing for love is this. Very interesting reading. It's either you or the other person that is giving up, I think. Temperance, the feelings, the passion that you've had, the attraction is on the wane. Temperance energy. So I feel that passion, attraction that you've got to someone or vice versa is on the wane here. Okay. This person is married, but the reason, or they're in a long-term relationship, they've probably got kids as well. I feel that it's on the wane, the attraction is on the wane, is because you're not waiting. Nine of Wands reverse for them to leave. Knight of Wands, their marriage or their long-term relationship. I feel that there is going to be, unfortunately, a lot of tears with that Tower and the King of Cups energy, an eruption of emotion here, because some of you guys have to finally, it's either you or the person, but there is finally the admittance and the resignation with that Four of Swords energy that you're going to have to move on. You're just going to have to move on. I think some of you guys, it's either you or the other person is realising this week that whoever it is that you've been seeing, they're not going to leave their other half. They're just not going to do that, unfortunately. And I think that that's probably going to be a little bit of a pill to swallow for some of you guys, or vice versa. All right, let's have a quick look at the love reading this week then. For love, what do we have? So let's get these three cards here. We're using the answer deck for these love cards. Universe Spirit, what is the advice you have for love for Virgo this week? What is the advice that you have for love for Virgo this week? Show me three cards. The advice is a dark-haired man. Okay, stop. I think this person is reviewing destruction. If this is someone you've been seeing, if this is the dark-haired man, if the dark-haired man, Virgo, is the Emperor, then they're reviewing breaking up probably with whoever is in the family. All right, so I think you've got to make a choice whether you're being hasty or not. I think you just got to try and decide, am I being too hasty? Am I being too hasty and saying, because you've resigned yourself that you're going to have to move on. You've resigned yourself to, this is why there's an outpouring of tears and emotion this week. Tower and that King of Cups. Tower, King of Cups, Tower, Queen of Cups, outpouring of emotion as far as I'm concerned. Because he's a pretty emotional guy. With the Tower, it's completely not in control of that. All right? So for me, there's an outpouring of emotion here with the King of Cups and the Tower, because you're resigning yourself. A lot of tears here. Resigning yourself to the fact that you're just going to have to move on, because you are no longer waiting, suggesting that you've been waiting an awful long time, Virgo, for someone to leave their partner or leave their marriage, and you're kind of resigning yourself to, I'm no longer waiting for them to leave the marriage. Okay, you've completely run out of steam. You've run out of steam, and you've run out of kind of everything, because the Temperance card is calling on that ace, and it's the major. So for you, it's kind of like, and also the Ace of Wands is starting something. So for some of you guys, it's taken a long time with that Temperance energy for anything to get started with that Emperor there. All right, who is in a long-term relationship or married, and you are resigning yourself, saying, I'm no longer waiting for this person to leave their marriage. Okay, I'm really upset with that Tower and the King of Cups, but I'm going to have to be honest and say I need to resign and admit to myself it's time for me to move on. If that's the case, this person, who I think could be the Emperor, is waiting and reviewing whether they should, with the Destruction card, maybe break up with their own marriage, their own long-term relationship, because I think that this person really cares about you. I think that this person really cares about you. Yeah. So that's what I'm seeing for love. All right. I'd like to say, guys, thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe. If you'd like a private reading, click on the link in the description, not the description bar, in the description or the comments bar or the end screen. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.